Joining us now is the Managing Director of Ozone Services Industry, John Oort, and we're going to be speaking about the pop-up water refill kiosks, or water bars, so they've been called. And of course, with us at the desk is still Gary Boyce. And John, thanks for your time. So tell us about this business model. Exactly what do? You give water to people, but there's more to this.
Well, there's quite a bit more to it. I think in the industry over the last 2 decades, there's been quite a lot of development into the water bottling and refill sector. Predominantly, bottled water was the product that would be most sold in retailers around the country, and that often has got a very expensive price to that. And that price tag has obviously got the logistics connotation to it. So sort of taking away from the logistics and opening retail stores, refill sections where people don't have to buy bottled water, they can refill their water at 90 cents a litre. It's in these economic times that we've just been hearing, it's quite a benefit to people. Okay,
so where are you exactly based? You go in when there's shops of retail centres, and you at 90 cents a litre?
Correct.
Then I can get some water.
Correct.
But I have to bring my own container.
We do also sell containers at the retail stores that we're using. Currently we've got, I don't know if I'm allowed to name them, but Barton Pick n Pay, Newmarket Pick n Pay, Brackenhurst, Heidelberg is opening. So there's a lot of Pick n Pays coming onto it at the moment, where they can actually come to those stores with either their own empty containers, or they can buy a container at a very good price, which is obviously the correct types of plastic that you need to be able to reuse in the industry.
Okay, all right.
Interesting. I mean, we've had no water for 3 days, so this is absolutely fantastic hearing about this. But yeah, looking at it, I mean, the quality of our water. I mean, obviously you're competing with Rand water in a sense. I mean, should viewers be concerned about the quality of their water, and is there a way of testing our water quality?
And where do you get your water from?
All right, now let me just put that into perspective for you. Is that we don't really compete with Rand water. The water that we take is from a municipal distribution point. What we are not able to help, our company has been on this for the last 18 years on saving water and rainwater catchment and ozone purification. Large industrial, we've done mid-vol municipal water, converting from chlorine use to ozone use, which has got obviously a whole lot of health implications to it, which is a lot better. But we do use water from a municipal distribution point, which then gets put through a process called reverse osmosis with an added blending process. I don't know if you'd like to get into the quality, which we can maybe do after. But what the main focus of this is actually the water quality. As we know, South Africa up until a few years ago has had a much higher water quality than, let's say, Europe or the rest of the world. And at this stage, it currently isn't so anymore. So we're getting a lot of stories out, about high chlorine use in the water, with E. coli counts in the water, or even worms being found in the water. Yeah. So what we're really focusing on is the water quality. There's been a lot of businesses that bring into the market subpar purification systems and try to sell that water, which is not what we're doing. We're trying to revert the business model back into supplying the highest quality water that can be purified, and doing that at a reasonable, affordable price. So it's basically taking the municipal water and making it extremely, extremely healthy and selling it affordably.
Yeah, what are the typical container sizes? I mean, just take me through this. I mean, how much water do you envision people typically coming in and getting from their local Pick n Pay?
Well, we've got obviously a couple of sums that we can do to try and forecast what type of litres a retailer, not necessarily a Pick n Pay, but would do. So we usually take the amount of shoppers and we multiply that by the household use of about 40 litres of drinking water per month, which is actually very low, so it's very under-spec'd. Personally, at our house, we use 100 litres a week, and it's just my wife and I. So typically, you'd get 2 types of containers that you could use for refilling water, that you could reuse. One is HDPC, high-density polycarbonate, which is made up of a very, very high-quality raw material, so that the bisphenol A or BPA does not leach out of the containers when you reuse. Then we've also got polyethylene terephthalate, PET bottles, which doesn't contain bisphenol A at all, so you can reuse. It's thermostable, it's not affected by heat. general sizes, 5 liters, 10 liters. We've got 10 liters with taps and 20 liters with taps.
John, we're going to have to pause it there or stop it there, but we definitely found this incredibly interesting, the fact that you are taking this opportunity and you know, hopefully you'll still continue to grow. You said 18 years that you've been now in the industry. Thank you so much. That was a very big thank you to John Oort. Of course, he's the MD of Ozone Service.